Hello, everyone. Welcome to Adobe Live. How is everyone today? Oh, hey, bud. Come say hi. I'm
There he is.
Shauna Lynn. Yeah, this is anyone who's been here before knows Teddy Bear. Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Shauna Lynn. I'm here with the very talented Chris Porter. Chris, how are you today?
Doing great. I'm psyched to be here. This is going to be a lot of fun.
I think so. He was giving me a lowdown before the stream started. You guys are in for a real treat today. I see we've got Susan in the chat. We've got Val. We've got Lindsay. We've got Jeremiah. We have so many people. Where are you guys tuning in from? Where are you located, Chris?
I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, so
Okay.
we're getting a little ice storm today, so it's going to be an interesting drive
Oh
home
wow.
after the stream.
Fun fact, actually, I was telling my cousin Foster's dog. She lives in Memphis.
Oh, no way. You got to
Yeah,
you got to let me know who they are, like, maybe
yeah.
I know them.
We'll have to connect after the stream because that would be a really small world. Um,
Yeah, I feel like a lot of stuff happens like that in Memphis.
it probably does. And we've got says she's in Wisconsin. It's 6 degrees there. I'm in Chicago. It's 12 degrees here.
Ooh,
Um, we have San Jose. We have Toronto,
my
Canada. We've got St.
gosh.
Louis. We have Iceland. And okay, buddy.
Oh,
Um,
Iceland,
yeah, we got Iceland.
Mexico,
We've got Mexico, Tokyo, Japan, Houston, Texas, Berlin. Wow,
global.
guys.
Y'all are all
Wade,
over.
yeah, Wade Acuff says, I have a cousin in Memphis. Does everyone have a Memphis cousin? My Memphis cousin is originally from Western Illinois.
Hmm.
Um, and then she moved there for to be a pharmacist. So shout out to my
Oh,
cousin Maria.
all
We
right.
got
That's cool.
yeah, two people from India, Peru. Wow. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and thank you for hanging around if you were here. So let's check out the schedule real quick before we get started. So if you are still hanging around from Paul Tranny's stream, thank you for staying. You're with us, Chris Porter and myself for packaging design, followed by the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge, followed by the draw along, and then finishing off with doodle therapy. So why don't we get started? You want to tell us a little bit about yourself for anyone who may
Yeah,
not
for
have seen you
sure.
before?
Yeah, so this is my website. I run Creative Punch Marketing Group. We're a two-man shop here in Memphis, Tennessee. Myself and Patrick Weber. You can find most of his work at Alpha Tone on Instagram. But we actually just launched our new site today, so go check it out at
Oh,
creativepunchmg.com. Like literally brand new. A lot of work has gone into it, and we focus primarily on branding and identities. And so we work for clients like across the board, whether it's packaging, food and bev, sport. I'm a big soccer fan, so I do a lot of soccer logos. And we do restaurants, small shops, pretty much anyone, large corporations. And so you can go and see kind of our featured products. These are some of the most recent packaging designs we've done for a distillery here in Memphis, and just kind of showcasing of different things that we do. But yeah, and we have a lot of fun. We're about to move into a new office as well, so
oh.
we're expanding and growing and having a lot of fun. But that's a little bit about me. I've been doing branding for, I guess, a little bit over a decade now, and self-taught. Originally wanted to do journalism, and now I'm designing to tell stories. That's kind of my spiel.
I like that. That's a nice transition. Using from words to pictures and words.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to tell someone's story or a brand story through visuals. That's
Mm-hmm.
we're so visually stimulated.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, guys, definitely check out their new website because that's awesome and a perfect timing.
Yeah, it worked out nicely.
Oh wow, we already have our first question too. So do you want to tell everyone what you're doing and then I will feed the question to you?
Sure. Yeah. So
Okay.
today I'm really excited. This is going to be super interactive. So chat, like I'm relying on you big time because you are the art director, and I'm just a pixel pusher today. So, you need to be able to help me to create more inspiration. We're doing a choose your own packaging adventure. So first we're going to choose the packaging. We got a few different types that we can design, and then we're going to choose the brand. And so you're going to kind of help lead the direction on how we create the brand identity for the packaging that we're going to be doing. Going to choose a theme. And once we kind of get all that down, we're just going to go nuts and have a lot of fun and create a lot of things. And then tomorrow we're going to kind of make some product line extensions off of what we did today. And those are going to be off the wall. So you would definitely want to come back for tomorrow. But that's kind of a lowdown of what we're going to do today. And we're going to be in Illustrator and then Photoshop.
I'm so excited. This is going to be fun. If anyone is hanging out over on YouTube, by the way, we're hanging out in Behance. That's where the cool kids are. So make sure you come join us over on be.net/live and hit that live tab so you can see us and watch Chris make his magic. So if you want one of the first questions, Annika would like to know, do you have a go-to website for inspiration?
Ooh. So just for in general inspiration, I actually like to check for packaging. I will go to various packaging awards. So I'll look at communication arts. I'll look at, Marcom. I'll look at the Die Line Awards, and I'll just kind of see what a lot of people are doing, because usually if they're submitting packaging for awards, they've got either the really nice photos, you can see the different foils and everything, you can get the detailed shots. So those are kind of my big ones for inspiration. For branding, I have a ton of different ones: Dribbble, Behance, pretty much anything across the board. It's really great. I follow a lot of different people on Instagram, so that's kind of where I go to see all the inspiration.
Very cool. Nick Longo says, Chris Porter in the house, kill it today.
That's the GOAT right there, Nick Longo. That's the GOAT. That's my guy. Sweet. Should we get rolling?
Yeah, let's go. I'm excited.
All right. So first we need to choose the brand. All right, chat. So I need help to decide if we're going to be designing a bottle for whiskey or bourbon, a can design for like beer, soda, or we're going to do, a wine bottle. It's red or white. So what I want you to do is I want you to type in 1, 2, or 3. All right. And we're just going to watch and see what everyone picks. So these are the mock-ups that we're going to be choosing from for a whiskey bottle. This is for a can, and for beer, and for wine. So go ahead and start typing in your numbers for this first thing. What are we going to do? 1, 2, or 3?
All right, y'all. Let's see. So far we have a couple 2s, a few 1s, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3,
Ooh.
1, 2. I'm thinking it's looking like 2 might win. 2.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
3,
2. My vote's 3, but I'm a wine girl, so.
I feel like it's between 2 and 3. I'm seeing a little bit more 2s.
Yeah. I feel like 2 is definitely the one that's standing out more. And honestly, doing a can design is one of my creative goals. That would be really fun to do a beer can.
Yeah.
So I think it would be really fun to see.
All right.
All right. So 2 is winning.
Looks like 2 is the go. So we're going with 2. So we're going to move those off here just so we know. And we're going to go with these 2 mocks. We're going to be doing some beer or we can also probably do some a beer soda or something. I don't know. All right. So next we're going to, who knows what we can come up with. It's artisan. Okay. It's artisan beer soda.
I'm really sure something like that exists. Nothing shocks me anymore. Something like that probably already exists.
Well, soda beer, maybe that would sound better than beer soda, soda beer. Soda beer. I don't think so.
Like soda pop.
Yeah, soda pop. All right. So next we're going to choose the brand. So this is very interesting. We're going to be choosing between font names as brands or numbers as brands. So I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about. So we've got 4 different options. Now these are the fonts and the names of the fonts typed out, and we're not changing the name. So the brand's gonna be Elephant, Giorgio, Thistle Creek, or Jasmine. and we're going to use this font to build it off of. So that's one option. Or we can make it based off a number. And if we choose this, these are the 6 options we'll, kind of explore. And chat, you'll be able to just throw in whatever number you want, like your favorite number, and I'll just pick one, and that'll kind of be what we go. So before we get going, same thing we did before. Let's 1 or 2 and start typing in like whichever one you want us to do. Fonts or names.
All right, guys. Option 1 or option 2, and then we'll pick from that where we're going to go. Val says beer soda sounds like an actual nightmare, but this is from a girl who drinks beer coffee, and I want her to elaborate on what beer coffee is.
Yeah, I need some beer coffee. That sounds interesting. I feel like I should just change everything and go with beer coffee.
She says Blue Moon iced coffee beer. Ah.
Interesting.
I've never heard of that, but I'm intrigued.
I think 1 is the overwhelming favorite.
I agree.
Okay.
All right. So now we have 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Yeah. And we'll come back to this kind of, we'll play around with it, but feel free to throw in the chat. Like if y'all have one that you like better, Elephant, Jasmine, Giorgio, or Thistle Creek, any ideas you might have, but we're going to just pick the theme now. Okay. So the theme, we're going to pick option 1, option 2, or option 3. Option 1 is we'll develop some packaging, like a series of packaging designs based on location. Chicago, Las Vegas, and Florida are locations that we're going to kind of explore. Or we can do emotion, happy, sad, or angry. Or we can do age, which is like a new product, a rediscovered product, and a super ancient product. So go ahead and throw in there which ones y'all want to do, one of these options for the theme, and we will kind of move forward with that.
Okay, we've got 1 vote for 1 so far. People are still talking about the fonts. We just got to wait for the video to catch up a little.
No, that's okay. There's a lot of numbers. Maybe you should have done like A, B, or C for the theme.
Sorry. All right, so we're seeing some 3s. We're seeing some 2s.
Okay.
Someone shouted ancient. All right, we've got got some options. I feel like age is winning this one. Voodoo Val says, ooh, ancient soda.
The can hasn't been opened for 100 years.
If this were last year, I'd say put it back.
Yeah, right, exactly.
There were actual people found there were mummy excavations last year that happened, and they're like, scientists have unearthed a mummy that's not been discovered in 2,000 years, and every comment is this is not the year. Put it back.
Make sure we get the actors and actresses from The Mummy. Make sure they're readily available. They remember everything that they did to save us. Please. Cool. I think we're going 3.
I think we're going 3. All right.
So this is kind of what we're looking at.
I like that people chose 1, 2, and 3 as the ultimate finale there.
Yeah, I think chat's a little bit ahead of the game. They must have some kind of universal language going on between them. They're really coordinated with their effort here. All right, so we're going font names as brands. We're going can design, and it's going to be age themed. Okay, so before we start going into it, give me some thoughts on what y'all think about these different fonts and brand names. What could be cool for this can? So, I actually use a gaming mouse to do my design work. So I have all my keyboard shortcuts basically programmed into this 12 key mouse on my wrist. So I don't have to type on the keyboard to do copy paste or anything.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love it. And I have to try to figure it out because Apple doesn't like to work with it. So I have to make sure it works really nice. So if anyone does that, I suggest using a program called Steer Mouse. It lets me be able to work with it.
STEER mouse. Okay. Yeah, someone
And
goes,
it's
what
a
mouse is this?
oh, okay. It's a Razer Naga Trinity. It's a Razer mouse. I've used other ones in the past, but this one is the best for me. It's wired and it works great. If you're on a PC, you can get the wireless version. It's much better.
Team wired mice. I get people make fun of me because I'm a wired mouse person. I don't like Bluetooth mice. They disconnected from me all the time. I was always changing the battery. Like, just give me the
Yeah,
wired
you have to
mouse. I don't
charge
have to
them.
do anything.
You know,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, you have to charge them all the time, and that's not as fun. Um, so as we kind of explore these, what I like to do is I want to make sure that my artboard is in inches, and then I'm gonna go ahead and set this to, 8.5 by 11, just so that way I'm working in real size dimension. Um, just because, like, if I'm gonna send it to a printer, it's easier just to have it already in like a page size.
Yeah. Oh, someone says you have option 2 twice for your fonts. So both Giorgio and Thistle Creek have the same option number.
Oh, okay, cool. Let me change that then. 3. All right, there we go. Good shout, chat. All right, so these are kind of the fonts that we're thinking about, and we're not doing that. We're doing can. So, and we'll be in Photoshop to edit these. These are just JPEGs of them, so we can like look at them. But what we'll do is we'll pull up Photoshop and we'll kind of be flipping between them as we flesh out some labels and design ideas. So is there any thoughts what y'all think about what could be, which one we want to explore between these? You can pick 2 of them.
I was seeing Elephant and Thistle Creek were some of the top contenders.
Okay.
Yeah, Elephant.
Cool. I like the idea. I like the sound of Thistle Creek, and I really like Elephant's typeface. It's going to be interesting. This is going to have to be a very sleek, like modern beer for Elephant because of the style. And this feels, very much in line with our theme, which is age. So let's see if we can kind of find a way to blend these together really well. So I think one thing that we've been dealing with the pandemic is there's a lot of issues like just with supply, with production. So, you can't always get a can design that can do a full wrap, right? Let's say you want to go to market pretty quick. So you might just do a wrap print that goes around the can rather than like an actual custom thing. So I want to explore the idea of one that is a long-term production and one that's a short-term production. So we have our product and we need to get to market, but we're ordering a custom can later that'll be a full bleed. But for now, like the silver will probably show at the top and we'll just kind of wrap around the side. And I think we want to do probably at least 2 lines of product. So I want to try to get some colors going here to see what we're working with in terms of a color palette. So let me pull up, where's the Adobe color? Is that over here? I just rearranged my.
Oh no.
Or,
are you looking for swatches or color?
Well, I was looking for the Adobe color palette, like Adobe color. But I don't know if
it might be an extension.
I thought it was in here. Anyway, well, I should be able to switch over. You can still see this. So what I'll do is
color.adobe.com. If you save them, they'll be in your library.
Yeah.
Your CC library.
All right. So
Annika had a question about. We found it. She's so Annika says, how do you know what size the packaging is, like a beer can, for instance? Is there a specification you get from the client?
Yeah, so with the beer can, most of the time, like if it just depends on the can size. So the client will normally just have a standard can dimension that they'll want to use, or unless they have a specific can, like a Red Bull has like a larger can. So I think that is kind of how you would normally get it. You would get it from the client. If you can get on the front end and actually like design, basically helping lead that from the beginning, it'd be really cool, because then you can help lead on the actual product dimensions and the actual can that will suit well for the brand. We kind of got to do that with a few of our clients, and it's really fun to be able to go in and test bottle shape and everything. Let's see.
That'd be so cool. Looking at can designs is really, really fun.
Yeah, it is like the most inspirational kind of thing you could get, I think, is seeing cans or any kind of packaging. It's just really fun.
Are you the type of person that buys if it's just a good design? Like, you don't care if it's going to taste, if it tastes good or bad, you're like, I love this design, I have to have it.
Yeah, I do that for the first time, and then if I don't like it, then it won't happen again.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I'm really like that for whiskey. I'm a big whiskey guy more than beer. So if there's a really good whiskey label, I'm pretty much gonna buy it just because I want to put it on my display shelf and look at it. Yeah, a lot of whiskey I don't even drink at the time. I just buy it and look at it. It's crazy. I'm a weird person.
I love to wine bottles are like my go-to, and my favorite thing right now are those ones that are interactive where you use the app. So like 19 Crimes is one of those where you use the app, Living Wine Labels, to like make it come to life. It's wild.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
I almost wonder if it's something that you could do with like Adobe Aero.
I don't know. I haven't really explored that as much. So I think I got to do some homework on that. I'm really liking that first one. And then we do like this idea of the green.
Mark says, I completely buy bourbon sometimes just for the label.
Mark and I would get along.
I think you'd like Mark. He's a fun person. We hang out at Creative South. He's a good guy.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah. Rob Zilla's here.
Oh man, we got the man. Rob Zilla's so cool.
Hey Rob, how are you?
Okay. I'm kind of feeling this a lot, actually.
Oh, that's interesting.
This palette, I'm gonna say. Cool variation. All right. So I think
you're so good about naming your palettes. Mine's just Untitled 1, Untitled 2.
I used to be really bad, so I'm trying to be better. All right, Adobe Live, there we go. Got our palettes there. Let me just bring these in. Give me another one. Okay, yeah. So I'm really feeling that. I really feel that one a lot. I really think that'd be really cool. Right now, I'm enjoying the old yellow and the cool variation color palette. Is there anything from chat? Do y'all have any preference, chat? I mean, you're the art director. You know, I need some feedback. Which one would y'all want me to use?
Jump on in, art direct.
But I'm thinking Thistle Creek feels like it fits really well into this, and I think that elephant would look really cool.
Oh yeah.
That, because you can just do some really modern, really cool designs with it.
Really interesting how the name can really lend itself to the color palette.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. And that's kind of why we went that direction first, like picking the packaging, then the brand, rather than doing it vice versa, because I think that they all kind of play into each other. You know, you just try to, there's a good order that I think could go well with it.
Yeah. Chat saying old yellow.
Oh, Old Yeller. All right. Well, let's go with Thistle Creek then, and Old Yeller. Let's explore that because we're doing age, so we need a new, a rediscovered, and an ancient. So I think what we'll do is
I feel like
kind
chat
of.
should come up with a story for this.
Oh yeah, let's think of a story too. We can do a little type over here.
Yeah. All right, chat. Tell us like, where did we find it? How ancient is it?
Tell us about the creek. Where is Thistle Creek?
Oh God, Wade just goes art direct. I'll know it when I see it. And I just had like flashbacks to my first job. I had an AD. That's all they said was like, I don't know. I'll know it when I see it.
Oh gosh.
I'm visibly recoiling from Wade's comment.
Come on, Wade, be better, man.
So Neil says this seems like a beer that would come out of Old West, Texas.
All right. Old West, Texas.
So you think it's like a ghost town is where it was found?
Oh yeah, I love it. It's a ghost town. Let's see.
And it's
rediscovered in an old ghost town. Man, my keys are not working. Here we go. Come on. All right. We need should we do a mascot? Like, do they have a spokesperson?
Yes, we should.
The ghost of Thistle Creek.
I kind of like that. It's got a good ring to it. It works. It could be the Spectre.
Oh, wait a minute. That's a great name for one of the products. The Spectre.
We've got like Thistle Creek, the Spectre.
Yeah.
You could name all the cans after different ghosts in Thistle Creek.
Thistle Creek Ghost. That's perfect. All right, so we got the Spectre. What is next?
Okay, so someone says an oil man who died digging for oil. We should have like Oily Jack or something.
Oh gosh, Oily Jack. Is that how you spell oily? I don't know how you spell oily. I don't know how you spell oily. Whatever. Oily Jack. Yeah.
And the recipe. Wait. So we've got Uriel says Thistle Creek is an offshoot of the Rio Grande in West Texas. And Voodoo says, Spectre, yes. And then Wade goes, oh, the recipe was found among the debris left from a lost miner. And then someone says, phantasm. And then Val goes, oh my God, yes, ghost booze.
Hey, I kind of just like ghost booze, to be honest. Like, this is just easy. This is ghost booze.
Yeah. It's like splooge from that movie Holes. It's just, it was left behind.
Throwback. Good call. Great.
Such a good movie. Still holds up.
Still holds. That song is one of a kind. One of a kind. It slaps big time.
It's on Disney Plus, and I watched it a couple months ago, and now I need to watch it again because it's still really good.
Let's see. When was this established? Established in, I'm gonna say 16. No, that's too deep.
I think 18.
Well, yeah, 1823. 64. 64. 1864.
Let's do 1864 because then it's like ancient, but not too ancient.
Yeah.
Someone goes, them D-tent boys. Amy says, Oily Jack sounds like a cheap tequila.
Okay.
And then and someone goes, ain't no spirits. It's ghost booze. BOO capitalized Z. Booze.
All right. Cool. So it's established in 1864. And then let's see what else we got. Perfect for your everyday
haunts.
Perfect for your everyday haunts. Love it. What else we got? We need some more things. Okay, Old West Texas. Is that, we're just gonna say that's a city? Or
Someone's dropping like actual history knowledge on us. Uriel says 1864 would be Civil War era. Should I look at like when the Old West was occupied? I'm gonna look at when the Old West was occupied.
yeah, let's think about that. If you hit me with that, I'm gonna go over here and do some color palettes for Thistle Creek here.
Perfect. The 19th century. What?
Okay.
Really? The Old West is not that old. Okay, so early exploration of the 1860s. Oh, I'm just gonna go on a deep dive here.
Yeah, you hop in there. Thistle Creek.
Pony Express completes its first westbound and eastbound deliveries between St. Joseph, Missouri and San Francisco, California. Yeah, I think the 1860s could work because they were inhabiting it then.
Okay.
And it would be a ghost town today.
Yeah. I think that's good enough for me.
If anyone knows better history than us, then like please tell us, but we're just gonna run with this for now, I think.
Yeah. History is not my thing.
I like it history.
That's a better way to say it. Yeah. Love listening to history.
Yeah. Like stuff you missed in history class is really good.
Did you ever have like history B's where you had to like know stuff about history like very quickly? We had like a history kind of tournaments. It was kind of ridiculous.
That's kind of fun. No, I never had that, but we did have when I was in college for art history, we had to learn during like actual semesters. Our teacher wanted us to know like the exact dates of art pieces. So I actually learned like I did a lot of like ways to figure it out by looking at the images and like coming up with ways to make it work. So that I would remember everything. But if I took it in the summer, she's like, I just need to know the century or like the decade. So like, so some things, yeah, I've always loved history. I'm just not great at history.
History's hard. It's difficult.
Stuff you missed in history class, that was a really fun podcast. Just like, it makes me feel a little smarter.
Yeah. I haven't heard of that one. Although I tend to stick to my main podcast, like DGDC, Deeply Graphic Design Cast. That's like my favorite podcast.
Oh yeah.
Ever. So that's kind of like my go-to, and then some soccer ones, some like business ones. But I might have to take you up on this history one.
Yeah, each one is only like 20 to 30 minutes long, so they're like quick snippet things. And they've been around for years. There's like hundreds of podcasts, and they'll do updates every year, or like every 6 months they'll do an update on like things that they talked about before. They're like, hey, an update came out in the news. Let's see, so Startup Santana says, just curious to know any suggestions on getting a nice design on old paper rolls.
On old paper rolls.
Are you talking about like printing it out so it looks like it's old?
I guess more context.
Yeah, can you elaborate a little, because we'd love to help, but we are kind of lost. Giorgio Maya says, you can love history without remembering the dates. Thank you. Neil Hargrove says, this beer goes great with drunk history. That's also a good show.
A great show.
All right. Mark says the Wild West kind of ends in the 20s. Okay, so it would be a ghost town at this point, because it would be over 100 years old. Yeah,
for sure. All right, so I think I'm trying to think of some accent fonts here. I'm liking possibly like Nixon 2 as an accent. It's like,
are these
just
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I mean, basically I want to create some stuff that we can add some of these details for just like a lockup, and then we'll get into like actually designing the label. So that way we kind of know like this is kind of their different palettes. I'm imagining this one could be for oily, like one of these could be like for oily Jack, maybe the darker one because it's oil. So this is like oily Jack. Ghost Booze, I think, is maybe like this light one. the Spectre, I really like possibly for this here. And so that's kind of what I'm feeling right now based off of everything that we're doing.
Are these fonts that you have on your computer, are these from Adobe Type?
These are on my computer, but I'm going to hop into the Adobe Type to get some more options.
Cool.
Yeah. So if I need some more, I'll just hit this find more and it'll pull up eventually.
Cool. Sanatana says, old paper roll with feather as a pen. If you could elaborate on the purpose and like what you're trying to do, because I'm still confused, because that to me would just be like, go to the art store, buy some paper, distress it with some coffee and use an old pen to write on it.
Yeah, I'm still not sure exactly, but I think what you just said would work great. Yeah.
Paloma says, I came in at Ghost Booze and I'm here for it. And Voodoo Val says, I am so excited. And Uriel says, for Oily Jack, we could have a watermark effect like an oil stain.
Ooh, great.
I think that could work really nicely. Annika would like to know, how do you choose the fonts for your personal projects? Do you ever find yourself using the same fonts?
Yeah, I think we all have our favorite fonts, our go-tos, the old reliables. But honestly, what I'm doing now is very similar to kind of what I would do is I'd hop into Adobe Fonts and look, or I would go and think about trying to get a font from My Fonts or something like that and purchase the appropriate license to use it. So that's kind of where I would go. A really good feature you can do is, like if you, for instance, let's say that you really like this font here, this Spectre font, and you want kind of something similar to it, I can clear this, and if I come here, I can hit this little wave, and it gives me similar fonts.
I'm embarrassed to say I did not know what that little wave was.
No embarrassment. I learned it through the last live stream that I was doing. So, yeah. I think we're all learning together, but it's really cool. It's really, really cool. But
Clever Devlin says, whistling past the graveyard, reverse your thirst with Thistle Creek.
That's great. So I want to make a lockup just for Thistle Creek, and then we'll basically have like individual brands kind of for each one of these. So with this, like, let's say Old West Texas. And I think, you can't say Texas without having an actual Texas. So I'm just going to go over to Adobe Stock and just grab a shape of Texas, just for time's sake. Normally I would try to make something like probably super custom, but just to make sure we can get everything done, I'll come in here and license it. Download. Let me, come back. Boom, here we go. Now I've got my Texas for Thistle Creek.
Woohoo.
And it's all licensed appropriately, at least for this. And so come here, give some more space.
Val says, can he show the font search again with the little wavies? She goes, I would like to timestamp it for the archived YouTube video.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think so you kind of blew up the chat. People didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll gladly 100% do it. So let's say like I want to come here and I really like this font, but maybe it's not working exactly the way I want to use it. I want something similar. I'll come here and I'll see this wave over it and I can click it and it will pull up all those fonts that are similar to it, just in style, weight, etc. Which actually I kind of like this Hillborn 4. So, good job, waves. Thank you. And so because I don't want to lose that one, I'll just copy it. But if I need to revert, like right now I'm in the wave and I can hit back and I'll go back to my fonts. And so, if I wanted to check out something that's similar to like Gotham that's really easy, like I can come here and it just gives me all Gotham, because why would it give me anything different? But because I have it, but I actually typed in Gotham. So now if I get rid of that text while I hit the wave, say it's similar to Gotham with light italic, now I've got all these that are similar. And you can do that in the while searching Adobe fonts too. So like if you don't have to want to activate it yet, like maybe you like abolition, like I can do that for abolition, and like I can view it before activating it, which is really convenient.
Chat is freaking out.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great tool. It comes in, I use it all the time, like all the time. Cool. So I kind of like this Old West Texas font. It's just kind of like really old. So
it complements really well.
It does. And so instead of like going in and fixing the kerning, like by doing it, I'm just going to come in here and do it manually, you know? So that feels fine for now. Then here, I got my pixels snap on. I don't want that. I don't like to have the snap to grid on because I can't move very, very minimal. So yeah.
Emily says, I think it would be cool to use one of those cactus greens in the design. It reminds me of radioactive spillage.
The what now? The cactuses? Yeah. The cacti?
The color from that green palette you would put together.
Okay. Let's bring her
over.
It'd
be interesting. How did our ghost town become a ghost town, y'all?
That's a great question. We need to figure out how it became a ghost town, because that will impact this brand.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna ask, how did the ghost town become the ghost town? Ideas and go.
I don't know if I'm into this being here. I feel like it does better if that will be here, and then we have other things that are weighted easily up top. So
ghost booze.
Yep, I think that's what we got to do. Ghost and booze. Now, what I'll do, because I really like everything being kind of symmetrical for this, to emphasize the boo, I'll get like some kind of brush or something and emphasize it more. But yeah, I think that is just lovely.
I like it. Val says zombies, obviously. Wild West zombies.
Look, I already got the perfect thing to put on this thing. All right, let's see. We're going to say brewed from... I'm going to say like brewed from the brains of zombies.
Oh.
No, maybe not. Brewed from...
Brewed from the ghosts of your failed relationships. I don't know.
That's deep. Oh, brewed straight from the tears
of your enemies.
Of your enemies. Perfect. I love it. And you know what I want to do? I want to put this on a stamp. So
Voodoo Val says brain brew. This whole stream is like right up her alley.
That's perfect. One thing I learned recently, like I used to struggle a lot with the type on a pad tool and getting it level on the top and bottom, but I just recently found out that I can just do center and I don't have to worry about it. So you double click on the type on a path tool, like when you have it here, you can you can double click it and it'll pull up your path options. And you can preview it too. So like, ascender, descender, center, baseline.
I have wasted so much time.
Oh, me too. Me too. You and I, we are the same. I've wasted many, many, many times doing that.
There's a logo that I have to update for my old rink every year, and it's got the type on a path thing, but of course it's outlined. And so every year I have to redo it, and now this is going to make life so much easier.
Yeah, it is a life saver, to say the least. Like, I can't imagine how I survived without knowing it. Let's see. But still, you still have some issues, like things here and there.
Yeah. Uriel gave us a story.
Oh, all right. Hit me with it.
The oil reserve stretched far out from the town and was drilled out too far away for the town to survive. After the trains became more popular, the town didn't have the traffic to make it anymore. Dun dun.
Ooh. This took a dark turn.
I mean, I feel like a lot of Wild West ghost towns kind of are dark. I mean,
yeah,
look at
that is
holes.
True.
You can't carry Madame Zeroni up the mountain in 6-year down.
Oh gosh. Yeah, if we're gonna do a Wild Wild West or Old West, we gotta have some dark times. That's just how it's gonna be. Cool. So
I feel like one of the characters needs to be named Pete. I don't know why. It just feels like one of them is named Pete. Maybe like Toy Story, they have like Stinky Pete, and he's this like Wild West dude.
Stinky Pete. I don't know. Who is that?
He was this little, like, he's in one of the later Toy Stories, and he ends up being, spoiler alert, guys, if you've not seen it at this point, like, too bad. He ends up being the villain.
That's on you if you don't know.
Val says, can we please put zombie fiction snippets on the bottles, like how some brands put the story on the back?
Oh, so like a story of a zombie? Is that what she means? Like, what does she mean by that?
She also says Spooky Pete. Yeah, Val, let us know, like, what kind of zombie fiction are we talking? Like zombie fiction a la Bob's Burgers, or like really dark? Pay Dirt Pete. That's a good one. Pay Dirt Pete.
I don't know if I have any brushes in here.
That's like with 19 Crimes Wine, when you use the app to view the label, the living wine label, each person that's featured on the bottle has a story. So when you show it on your phone, and I bring this wine in particular to parties because I like to show off this feature.
Yeah.
I make no money from this, and I just love it. But each one, it cycles through like 3 short stories, and they're all connected in that story, and they just kind of sort of continue, but they all of a sudden they appear and they just start talking, and you're like, holy smokes. Dang. But it's a really cool feature, and like I said, I bring it to parties prior, pre-pandemic times, but I used to bring it to parties because I was like, you guys have to see this, it's so cool.
That does sound cool.
I highly recommend. Yeah, even if you go into the store and you pull up the wine label thing just to look at it in the store, worth it. Val says, like, some brands have a paragraph of the brand story on the label. Ours would have a piece of fiction about the founding or a wanted poster of the guy who brewed it.
Oh, I like that. Wanted poster of the brewer or fiction on. So
yeah.
Okay.
Who would our villain be? Like, who would our brewery villain be?
I feel like Oily Jack seems like the appropriate villain.
Yeah.
Even though he can have his own thing, but like Oily Jack definitely seems like the villain type. So I'm just trying to make a good lockup here that I can use for like just a total brand, like palette design in general. So I want to make sure everything's balanced well, since Old West and Texas kind of, they don't make sense separate. Putting it together in one, and I'm going to do since 1864 over here. And since I made the mistake of not keeping it live type, I'm just going to have to do this. And that's fine. But yeah, I like the vibe of this right now. It feels really on brand with the brief, and I think the idea of bringing in that green for an off color would be really cool. So I think that's going to be the next thing, is figuring out the size of the label that we want to do, and then making it work that way.
Jeremiah says limited edition for selected souls only.
Oh yeah, I got to put that for. Let me put that into the notes. I think we'll make that one the green bottle, since it's going to be super off brand.
Yeah.
And that can be like the Spectre or something.
Yeah, I feel like that one too. If that were like an actual production bottle, like it or can, it would have to glow in the dark.
100%.
Val says, Oily Jack, wanted for sabotaging the Thistle Creek Brewery with zombie brains. Val, where did he get zombie brains? Did it come from the mines? Uriel says,
I think it had to come from the mines.
I would think so. They probably they unearthed something that they weren't supposed to see.
It's pretty standard.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. Uriel says, Oily Jack, one brew, wanted to sell the oil rights to the big city company, but his 3 partners wouldn't sell. They all met with mysterious ends, the other 3 brews. So like one can killed the other cans.
Oh gosh. Oh, so many fun ideas. I love it.
I love the chat hive mind.
Yeah, chat is on fire today. Great job.
Sheriff Hyde, wanted for being undead on the job. That's Val.
Yeah, I felt like that feels very Valley. We discovered. Let's see. We need a little slogan or something here. I mean, we don't have to have it, because I feel like this is, unearthed. That's good.
I think unearthed from the mines. God, sometimes I can't speak. Tried to say the same word like 4 times and it still doesn't work.
Unearthed from the mines.
If you wanted to get punny, unearthed from the mines of Stinky Pete, or whatever, like mines, like brain.
Yeah.
Oh my God, unearthed from the mines. That's all it needs to say.
Yeah, I think that's perfect, actually.
The mines of Adobe Chat.
Unearthed from the
Old West.
Oh, so good. Wonder if there's something we can do that's more funky with that. Trying to think of a cool way to make this something.
Could it wave?
Yeah, I was thinking about something like that. Let's see.
I don't know if it would look too tacky or not, but like something
like just a slight arc, maybe. Oh,
I like that. The fun thing with that too is if you don't outline it yet, like you can still edit it and it'll just fix into the arc. Yeah.
Let's see. Let's make that a little bit more small so it's less in the way. Unearthed from the mines.
Unearthed from the mines.
That's pretty cool.
I love when things like this make you feel like you've accomplished something. I'm just here to hype. I'm just really excited about all this.
Oh, I love it. I'm gonna keep my live version over here, And then just I like to work in the shape still. Just I don't know. I just has always been kind of my way of going. It just makes me feel better. But I
Very
got to keep
cool.
the live version. So I really like this lockup.
That looks really good.
Cool. So let me figure out a uh, beer can to mention real quick.
Christina says, loving this type and color palette combination.
Oh, thanks.
And
It's
Patrick
from the
Barber says,
mines.
it's from the mines. Patrick Barber says, do a rope font.
Yeah, that's my business partner. He's actually right next to me. Patrick, what's the rope font called?
Oh.
Ropist.
What's the rope font?
Ropist.
Ropist? Okay, yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. I was thinking about that, Pat, but I couldn't think of the name. I was trying to find it. I should have just typed rope.
Sanatana wants to know, which are the fonts most suited for placing on the circle?
Say that again, sorry. The fonts that we use to place on the circle?
Oh, what fonts would you say are most suited for that sort of thing? Would you think like a sans serif or a serif or a block, or I would think like the simpler the better, right?
Yeah, for like that comes around here is what she's meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like earlier you were doing the big arc type on a path.
Yeah. So because like our main brand mark is so kind of it has a lot of character, you don't want to overload the brand itself with like all this stuff. You know, you want it to be a clear hierarchy of text. So even though this is like, it still has some character, you know, it's got angles on the letters and et cetera. It's still very simple, you know, and it's very easy to read and doesn't take away from Thistle Creek. We want people to know that this is it. So yeah, a more simple font is kind of the way to go. All right, so
Uriel says Spectre Steve ?
Spectre Steve. That seems a bit childish for this dark zombie. So I don't know if we can give me another name for Spectre that you can come up with, chat. That or could it just be Spectre? It could just be Spectre. You know, it doesn't have to be
Spectre.
And just be the Spectre. I kind of just like the Spectre.
I do too, because it adds an air of mystery.
Yeah. And the Spectre is not meant to be, you know, known. Spectre's meant to be very like mysterious.
So I don't know. I bring Disney up a lot. I love Disney. Do you know about the different Haunted Mansion rides?
No, but I would love to actually know what that is.
So you have the Haunted Mansion in Disney World and Disneyland, and they're pretty much the exact same ride. They both have the same story and go by that. But in different countries at the different Disneylands, there are Haunted Mansions, but they do different iterations. So one of them, I want to say it's Shanghai, it's Phantom Manor.
Okay.
And it's this little monkey that like sets all these ancient artifacts loose because it's disrespectful in that culture to show the dead. But if you go to France and you go to Disneyland Paris, it's an Old West themed haunted mansion. And I'm going to go look up what the Spectre's name is in the Disneyland Paris haunted mansion.
That is a really cool. You need to like save that for a cool like fun fact whenever you have like a party or something, you know, or like that's cool. Yeah, definitely see if you can find that.
Okay, so Phantom Manor is Disneyland. I'm gonna look up Shanghai and see what that one's called because it's Disneyland Haunted Mansion. That one is Mystic Manor. That's what it was. And Mystic Manor is the one with the little monkey that sets everything off. And it's a very like high tech ride. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So Phantom Manor, and it's A guided tour with Spirigo. Tucked away in the corner of Frontierland stands Phantom Manor, once home to one of Thunder Mesa's founding families. Local residents steer clear of the dilapidated house, claiming it to be haunted, but any intrepid Disneyland park visitors who dare to enter will soon discover its terrible secrets. The owner of the manor, Henry Ravenswood, cherished his only daughter Melanie, who attracted the attentions of 4 different men, each of whom came to a mysterious and untimely end. Rumor has it that her father didn't think any of them were good enough for his darling girl. Dark, yes. In fact, some say he had a hand in the young men's disappearances, but nothing else has ever been proven. One thing is certain, the bride-to-be has been waiting many long years for her wedding day and will likely wait for hundreds more.
Dang, there's a reason why they are Disney.
Uh-huh. I just love how dark it is, but I went on a wormhole one day and I was just like, I was watching like ride through videos of all the different haunted mansions, and that one was really cool because it's all haunted mansion Old West themed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we almost need like a founder of this ghost town, because like Ravenswood is such a good last name and it's very much like an Old West one. So I wonder if we can like, if chat can like hive mind to something really good.
Yeah, I like the idea of something like that for sure. I like was it Ravenwood? That's really
Ravenswood,
cool.
Yeah.
Ravenswood, yeah. We need something like that. That's
Val
cool.
says, "How is Chris distressing the text? Did it come distressed like that?"
Yeah, so it's already distressed. That was one of the reasons why I kind of picked it in case we did in case it came together. But if I wanted to distress it, what I could do is like I could bring it into Photoshop and then like blur it a little bit or add an action and then like come back in and bring it in to Illustrator. Or probably what I would do is actually like just go in and manually distress each one. If this was one of my clients.
You could also use the Roughen tool.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, if you go to effects and you have to find Roughen, I forgot what sub it's under. It's distort maybe? Up at the top, distort and transform.
Oh, okay.
Roughen, and then zoom in so you can see the edges, and then you can adjust and make it really crazy, and then you would expand it from there.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of fun there. That's actually a really good little ghost thing.
But I know that's how the Hood sisters distress their type.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
Says, how about the last name Blackwater?
I like that. Blackwater. Cool. That's great. So I think it needs to say like this is a brewery as well, just in general, because like, this is fine for a cool thing on your website maybe, but like if you want to have on your can like the Spectre and Thistle Creek, like it should have like something that says like Thistle Creek Brewery, so like we know that it's a brewery. So I looked up that it's a 2.212475. Okay, so just gonna bring this here. 2.75.
Emily says, I think it would be cool if the logo itself on the bottom half of the can was stamped.
Like had a stamp treatment on it, or?
I think they're thinking of like an actual embossed. Unless the can wrap was like a paper, like a piece of paper. And it was like actually like hand stamped on. Yeah.
I mean, if this is really, this is like really, really select. I think what was it they said? Limited edition for select souls only. Like that would be the stamped one.
Yeah. Uriel says, Thistle, the creek and the town were named for them. You could, one of the names could be like Thistledown or something like that.
Okay.
We have Blackwater and Thistledown. They're the founders, and Thistle won the rock paper scissors contest for naming the town.
That's great. The rock paper scissors contest.
Hero says Alexander
gosh.
Demetrius Thistle III, born to wealthy family in Houston and went west to set up a trading post between Mexico and West Texas. All went well until the railroad circumvented the town. And Lindsay goes, now we're getting into Bridgerton names.
Yeah, we're definitely flirting in that territory. That's for sure.
But if you think about it, like those like old money family names, they're like really hoity-toity.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they're very much like on the high end of things. So I think that it makes sense.
Stephen Overture says, sup, Chris?
Hey, what's up, man? Let's see. So I want to start getting into the actual like can here.
Ooh, the distress actually worked really well on the ghost booze.
Oh yeah. So I'm thinking like ghost booze, like we're gonna make it the green, and it's gonna be here maybe. Like, boom, ghost booze. Right. You got the Spectre. Ghost Brews. Let me get the Thistle Creek brewery stamp for this, and then want to make it kind of in the background a little bit. That's not gonna work. Just want it to kind of be there, but not like so prominent.
Mm-hmm.
So I might need to change I need to add a color to this. I just want it to be darker. So more like a forest, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Val
So
has
then,
a really good one.
Sure. Let's hear it.
The ghost of Henry Blackwater, leader of the Blackwater Gang, a notorious group of bandits and part-time moonshiners. They say his spirit can be spotted on a full moon trying to finish his last batch.
We need to copy and paste that. Make sure to save that. We need to. I'm gonna put that on the back of the bottle.
I'm gonna go put it on a Google Doc, and I can text it to you later.
Yeah.
Because that's good. Val.
Yeah, that's really nice. Val coming in hot. All right, so we want to do one that's Blackwater. I think maybe something like an abolition actually works really well for this, because it's like, you know, I like the idea that it's a last name, and also could be like, this is dark booze. It's like Blackwater.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, and if this is a beer, this would be like what I don't know, beer is a stout, a dark porter. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it'd be a dark porter. They can use my last name. That works great.
Perfect.
I'm gonna say
Jen's
dark porter
here.
stout. Oh.
Jennifer Hood's in the chat. She goes, ghost booze? I've only been here 5 seconds, but I'm about it.
Hey, how did your stream go with your interview? I saw that y'all were doing that. Did that go well? You can put it in the chat. Obviously, I can't hear you say anything.
I'll read it when she responds. Uriel says, for the original logo, just to look at it, could you make the bottom line and the H and L in Thistle Creek darker a little bit? Maybe make it like a smile face.
Let's repeat that again. Make it darker, like a.
For the original logo, could you make the bottom line and the H and L? So I think those two lines under 1864 in Texas is what they're referring to.
Okay.
And the H and the L a little darker. Oh, I think they're trying to make a smiley face out of the unearthed from the mines and H and L.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I could see like if we made the colors of Thistle Creek like every other letter like a little lighter, a little darker, so it looks like it was letter pressed on.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. I feel like we keep it a little bit more simple with it, but that's a cool idea. Like if we're going really dark, if we had some way to do like a frown, then that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, cool idea.
Jen says, we're almost going live in about 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure when they would. I just saw it was happening.
Yeah. Ural says Blackwater is a Russian Imperial Stout.
Wait, is that like a real thing, or is that just like what they want to see?
I have no idea. I'll Google dark beers. How about that?
Okay.
Or darkest beer, because I feel like Blackwater needs to be super dark. Oh, Russian Imperial Stout is the darkest beer available. Okay. What are other dark beers?
Russian Imperial. Oh, I like this here. This font. This Ironworth display.
That looks like the Haunted Mansion font, and I'm here for it.
I love it. Great. So let's roll with this. This is nice, and then we can make this a really, really dark palette.
Okay, so there actually are porter beers. So we've got a Russian Imperial Stout, American Porter, Scotch Ale, English Porter, Irish Stout, and Stout.
Okay.
It's also your world, so you can make it whatever you want.
I really like this right here. This feels nice.
I looked away for 2 seconds. I love that.
It's like a dark porter. So I remember surprisingly, I don't really like porters beers. I'm more of a lighter beer guy, but the one time I had a dark chocolate porter was like one of my favorite drinks, and it had a similar color palette as this. Like I think I was in it goes in like Philadelphia or something, but I really like the idea of this. So like right now we've got the Spectre, we've got Ghost Booze, and then Blackwater. What kind of beer should the Spectre be? A light beer, I would imagine.
Maybe like an ale, like a pale ale. I'm throwing out names that I know because I know nothing about beer.
I think like Spectre Pale Ale rather than the Spectre.
Yeah.
Does someone have something?
Euro says Spectre India Pale Ale.
India Pale Ale?
Someone else says Spectre should be a pale ale.
India Pale Ale? Is that a thing?
On Google. I'll double check. I assume yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Cool.
It is a hoppy beer within a broader category of pale ale.
Okay.
Jen says a stout beer with chocolate or coffee is incredible.
I think we have to do a Russian Imperial chocolate stout.
Ooh, there we go. Spectre should be a light beer because Spectre seems ethereal and transparent. People are telling me that I was correct about an IPA. An IPA is an India Pale Ale. So,
okay,
guys, I know nothing about
that makes
beer.
Sense.
I'm just talking.
Yeah, I just designed the beer. I don't know a lot about it. We do a lot more whiskey stuff than beer. Really, we haven't had a chance to do like a full scale beer thing. We've collaborated on some projects, but not like a full brand. So I know a lot of stuff about whiskey that we can explore tomorrow if we want. I need a different font for this that I haven't used, and I need something that's got a low X height and that's wider. So I'm just gonna kind of use this here, and then I've got that, so I don't need that. Well, maybe I don't have what I need. Okay, let's see what I get. Anything here? It's a bit kind of what I need, but it's a bit too modern.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like too robotic, but I like the width of it.
Yeah. That feels a little bit better. You know, I think there's actually a font that's in Nixon that I can use. Yep, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Something like that. At least just for this I feel like it still needs a little work. It's still a bit modern, but there's another one.
Jen asked, what is my vice if no beer? And I've said, I love wine, which is followed by vodka, which is followed by gin. I discovered recently that I love French 75s. And if you make a French 75 with Empress gin, which is blue, when you put the lemon juice in it, it turns pink. And it makes me so happy.
You're like making a whole different kind of concoction. That's cool.
It's amazing. It feels like magic. I feel like I'm concocting something in the Harry Potter universe.
You are doing it.
Yeah. Jeremy says, look at Gravesend Sands.
Gravesend Sands.
Yeah. Gravesend Sands.
Is that an Adobe font or is that a random font?
I'll check before we do that, before we pull it up.
Okay.
It is, yeah, it's an Adobe font.
All right.
Oh, it's kind of nice. Might be a little too, well, actually, no, it might actually, I think it'll work.
I love it. I think it's great.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Let's get a little activation going. Hopefully you can get it quicker. Who knows? All right, there we go. I love it. Great job, Jeremy. Gold star. That's cool.
Boop. Gold star for the day.
A little boop. Do I want to get that?
Oh wow. So we actually have, so we have a what's the word I'm looking for? A master in our chat. Uriel has 25 plus years of bartending experience, with 18 of them working as a bar manager. So they have a lot of booze knowledge.
All right. Well, we're going to be relying on you because we're about to transition over to the can since we have more of the brands done here. Let me add this to library. Definitely need that. I think that one's in there, but just in case. Okay. Let's see. All right, here we go. So I love working in these mockups because it's just so fun. We even have like a gold foil that we can throw on here.
Ooh,
so
fancy.
Let's get into it. So I've got my libraries set up that should be syncing. Well, got the gold spinny. Here we go. It just took a second to sync up. Right. So let's do Spectre first, I guess. So we have this. And like these grids are nice because like I don't really know how this is going to render on a can just yet. But there you go. Renders very nicely.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that turned out very nice. Really into that.
Val says, booze, ghosts, and history. This is my kind of Monday. Wednesday, but okay.
Yeah, it's neither here nor there.
It's Monday somewhere.
Yeah, it's Monday somewhere. I'm sure that's the opposite of like it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's like it's Monday somewhere.
Yeah.
Terrible. All right, so that would be a full bleed. And then I know that we had mentioned like possibly that you wouldn't have the ability to do a wrap can. So like wanting to have the top of it exposed in case you just had to do a label, you know, or a print like wrap on it rather than actual can. Yeah, so it'd be something like that probably, and then we can get some aluminum from Adobe stock. Let's see.
Val, it's Wednesday. It's not Monday. She just said, oh my God, it's Monday. No, it's Wednesday.
Val's been drinking some ghost booze, it looks like. She's been all in that ghost booze. Okay.
Ooh, that's gonna look so cool.
I think it'll be cool. I don't think I got the right thing from it. I just got the top. Okay, here we go.
Wait, that's a vector object?
Yeah, you can get vector.
Holy smokes.
Mm-hmm. So if need to edit it or something, we can throw it in there. I try to get vectors just for as much as I can, So now look at that. That looks more like an actual can. And so let's just find like let's just type in ghost. Let's see what we get here. I kind of have some ideas for.
I like these guys in the top left.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
That is really funny.
But also the hand is really creepy.
I know. I saw that too. I actually think that could be really cool.
That could be really creeptastic.
Man, these are some creepy images.
All the hands.
Oh my gosh. There's so much going on in here.
The floating woman? What the heck?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let's need to get out of here as soon as we can. Okay, so
oh my god. So creepy.
Yeah, sorry if anyone's watching this and you'll be scared. So get a big ghost on your front of your screen. Let's look at a cowboy ghost.
Neil says this is a whole bunch of nope for me.
He's not.
Oh, I like this skull with the cowboy hat.
Right here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that.
I also like this one third from the left on the top row.
Right here?
Cue the noise.
Oh, okay. So normally what I would do is I Patrick and I would work together, and he's a phenomenal illustrator, like yourself. So he would do like a custom illustration, and we would work together to knock this out. But since we're just on a time crunch, we're just gonna use what we can with Adobe Stock just to show how you flesh out ideas. I really like the idea of like the specter kind of being hidden. I don't want to use a real photo just because, I don't know, it just feels like it gets a bit too kind of crazy with that. But I do like this guy. I like this little dude here, but this here feels very fun. So I think this is what we're going with.
I started laughing. I read Val's thing while I was simultaneously listening to you. She goes, the specter of Voodoo Val still wanders the California countryside, mumbling to herself, what day is it? What day is it?
See, this is
I like him.
JPEG. Yeah, I like him
that's
too.
the bartender. What do you have?
What do you have? So that's only a JPEG, but I will find him, and we'll just.
Oh my god, I love him. He's so ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it's so great. See if I can just like snag him in general. Come here with it.
Oh my gosh, that looks so cool.
You know.
Oh, that's cool. That just took the can design from like here to like here. That's insane.
Yeah, I know. I mean, illustration will do that, It'll just really make an idea come alive. I feel like this is too good of a thing to be cut by that, but let's see if we can. Spectre, India Pale Ale. All right.
Mark says he is 100% Andrew Hawkrattle as a skeleton cowboy bartender. He's not wrong.
This definitely's got some Hodge vibes, I'll tell you that. Andrew, what a guy.
That's what I love about Adobe is like we all know each other. Very
Hmm.
rarely are we all in the same room at the same time, but we all know each other and we can all reference each other. Oh, snap. I love it. Val says, I think offset to the left looks really good. Oh, but that looks good on the can like that.
So I was thinking
Mhm.
like with one of them, I was really like into the idea of an offset to the left, you know.
Mhm.
Um, but let me group these real quick. Duplicate, and so what I'll do is like I'll group it and then I'll alt duplicate it. That way I can have it there and I'm not editing it. So I'll use the transform tool to drag it rather than just dragging it. That way I make sure to get everything.
Mhm.
Um, and so now that that is offset, you know.
Oh, it doesn't read as well.
Yeah, and that's like one of the other illustrations like read really well, you know, with
Yeah.
because he was kind of angled like this, pointing his gun. But I feel
Mhm.
like this one just feels better straight on. And then I'm
I
gonna put
agree.
text here on the left and right. Um, okay. So I'm digging that. So, oh
If
wait,
anyone's working along, save your work.
yes, always save. One of my keys is just like to click the middle button on my mouse, and that is a save button. So,
I lost way too many projects in school, so I am a constant command saver. Even if I saved 1 minute earlier, if I don't remember I did, command save.
command save. There's a really good plugin with oh, I'm just blanking right now. It's Astute Graphics, and Astute Graphics
Hmm.
has an auto savior, which it automatically saves every 10 minutes, and you don't forget. It's a great plugin.
Yeah.
Highly
I
recommend
think I want to say I have Photoshop open on my computer. I think Photoshop has a autosave now too, and you can set it for intervals.
that. Hmm.
I just for the life of me don't remember what menu item it's under. General history. No.
So here we go. I'm really liking how this kind of renders, you know. And so what I'll do is let me bring in some Thistle Creek. We need some text to outline to go alongside this guy. So we need like wanted for killing your thirst.
Yeah, I like that. Val says yes. Photoshop does have autosave. I think it saves like every 10 minutes or so.
Oh, nice.
That kind of looked nice nested in that in between like his head and the EC.
Oh, like here?
Yeah.
Maybe it will be like instead of three, just like here or just there. Yeah, so I feel like we could do a little bit better with this design if we just make a full bleed. And oh, got the wrong group. Let's see, we need the guy here. That. Here we go. Now we're working. And then bring in this. And normally I would try to name the layers and stuff, but I think I'll just keep it pretty organic right now. That's pretty fun.
I like that a lot.
Do you think it'd be better if we kind of put it here so it's like the hierarchy?
Oh yeah, let's see how that looks on the can because I think that might be a better option.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then that'll leave us a good space. I'll double this. I think I like possibly this one better for that. Then let's make it same gold. So go here, wanted for killing your thirst. And then we need our Thistle Creek logo. Thistle Creek Brewery. Gotta have the brand on there.
Nice thing with that one is you could either knock it out or just do it darker.
Yeah, I think that we'll probably do the dark. Let's try the dark version.
Al says could do a displacement map to put a brand logo on the bandana.
Oh gosh. Now that's trickery. That's a bit off center. Actually,
yeah, but that kind of works on the hat.
I know, I was thinking that too. I want to do it. Here we go. Kind of like that. There. Little off center. Thistle Creek Brewery. You know, and then we can put like, you always have to have those details on the label, you know, that just have, we got an ABV or anything that we got in the chat that y'all want me to use? Actually, anybody got any details?
You just said that and Uriel had thrown one in. 4.7% ABV.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Hive mind at its best.
It's like they're reading your mind.
So let's do that. And then I want to bring in our big tagline, Ghost Booze, Old West Texas, and this. So I'm going to throw them into my library. Bring them up. That way I can use them. Let's expand this so that line is easily editable. Expand that. So we'll do this one, and then we will we'll do the other two. That way we can get as many of these done in our time as we can.
Nick Longo says 88 IBU, bitterness for an IPA.
Nick is he's the beer guy, so that's what I need to know. 88 IPU.
IB, like B.
Oh, IB. IBU. Yeah, IB. Cool.
And then Uriel says, yes, IBU is important on an IPA. There's so many acronyms in here. ABV,
yeah,
IPU, IBA.
Oh gosh. So I'm gonna make a Spectre folder. That way I don't have to like be confused about what goes to what. And then I can have all of these different accents for each of the different labels. Okay. So now they're here. I mean, immediately over. So great. So since there, Old West. Boom. Boom.
Oh my gosh, this is so fun to watch.
Ghost Booze. Boom. 88. I'm gonna change the size of that, but I want them to be equal. So they need to be small. Normally there's like a rule, like they'll need to be probably like 2 centimeters or something, but
yeah. You could call it the Adobe Brewery. The Adobe Brewery.
Ooh, I like it. Adobe Brewery. See, I've gone and put these all in the same layer. See what I've done? Don't need that. Bring them out of there. Keep that just the guy. It's there. It's there. Where is this guy at? See, he's in there too. Make those up. Okay.
Samantha says that'll be one bitter/hoppy beer. I love it. Christian says hello. Hello, Christian. Welcome. Ariel says you've no idea how much I'm learning right now. Good. That's what it's good for.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, like what am I doing, or if you're confused about something, like please answer or ask, and we'll answer.
We've got
Basic.
about like 20 minutes left, just so you know.
Okay, sweet. That's plenty of time to knock out these other ones, especially since we kind of have a system. So I think this is feeling really good for Spectre. Let's just bring it in like face level.
This looks so good, Chris.
I think it's really fun. Yeah, like look at that. That's pretty cool. You know, just for like a first go, and then it would develop out. So this is really great for one can. Let me save this. Mm-hmm.
That's a can that would definitely make me it would make me stop and look a second time in a store if I walked by it.
Oh, for sure.
Chat loves it.
Good. I mean, this is your can, chat, so you better love it.
If anyone's joining in, this has been a choose your own adventure with the chat. Chat's been the art director for this can.
Okay, so that way I don't have to have like a whole new can design. I'm just gonna group this and call it Spectre. So now I can just start again, you know, for the other ones. And let's see.
Kazi wants to know about the back side of the can. Are we tackling that at all or no?
We will try. I'm gonna try to get the 3 fronts face, and then I'll try to do 1 back. And if we have Voodoo Val's story, we can put that on there and throw like a.
Oh yes, let me pop that into our little chat room just so you have it.
Cool.
So it'll be in the Zoom chat for you. There you go.
Sweet. Thank you. All right, let's do the Ghost Booze. And for this, I need to bring in here. Okay. Background. I don't remember which background it was. Was it that one? This one? I feel like it was that. I kind of like that better.
Emily would like to know if you have any tips for printing out for color accuracy.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide to my left real quick and just pull something out. Pantone. Match your Pantone. Make sure you get this one of these bad boys. They're fairly expensive, so if you can save up, great. But you get all your colors. You can then find one that looks really good, uncoated or coated. You can go online, match it with your hex or etc. Make sure you get everything lined up, and make sure you're always printing to size rather than to like scale if you're printing at home just for a test print or something. Yeah, that's really good stuff you can do.
Chat just got really chatty. Val says, well, first, so Shannon says, I wish this Adobe Live was here when I was in school. So inspiring to see people work. Val says, can we distress the can, like make it scratched and gritty like someone found it out in the dirt? And Christine says, a bullet hole maybe?
Huh. Okay. Like someone found it in the dirt.
Yeah. Euro says, Ghost Booze is an American wild ale.
American wild ale? Okay.
Carolyn says, looked it up. It works. 1864 is early Wild West. Yeah, we made sure to cross-check early on when we were first starting today. Carolyn says 1860s. The 1860s and the 1890s gave birth to the period known as the Wild West and laid a foundation to its ensuing mythology.
That's cool. See, it's great when things line up like that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's like really unintentional when things happen and you just like get to run with it and be like, yeah, I totally thought that the whole time.
That's what you got to do when you're selling it to clients sometimes, you know, like you got to roll with it. And if it works, then it works like that.
Exactly.
Let's see. Scratch stuff. can do an overlay with like a collage. This is a, okay, yeah, so that's a, trying to find something that's a vector.
Oh, okay. Could you
So,
do in the subcategory, choose the little vector option for those to pop up?
yeah, I think, when I'm searching, I would normally hit like vector, but just for time, I'm trying to be as quick as we can.
Understandable. And then
See.
just real quick, if we could just break
Mhm.
over to the schedule, just to remind people, because we've got about like 15 minutes left. If you have been tuning in, we're currently doing packaging design. And if you stick around, we have the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge with Howard Pinsky, the Draw Along with Kyle Webster, and ending with Doodle Therapy with Alice Lee and Bonnie Kate Wolf. The whole schedule will be the same tomorrow. So do make sure that you tune in again tomorrow, because we'll be back at the same time, and it's going to be a fun stream if you have seen how today goes. I know I've had fun. Have you had fun?
I've had a blast. This has been great. Like, I think that chat has been really fun and interactive, and some really, really cool ideas. And I think we've landed somewhere that's really fun. So just for time's sake, this is just like a quick thing. Now, obviously, the shadows are going to make it. We would redefine it later, but I like that it's just really simple. Okay. So there. Gotta throw in that into Ghost Booze.
Steve just joined in. Hey, Steve, welcome. He says beer labels are a huge thing right now all over with the craft beer boom. So many new small breweries.
Huh. Oh, I can imagine that there's a lot of breweries, and like everywhere it's just popping up like crazy.
Yeah.
Especially like people in the times, like they're trying to be as creative and as much as they can. So
There were when I lived in Jacksonville, Florida, I remember we had Bold City Brewery. And that was always fun because you'd actually go to the brewery and you could try their new beers. And
yeah.
And as someone who doesn't drink beer, it was always like, what's the closest thing you have to cider? Or like, what's your light beer? There was one place we used to go to called Kickbacks in Jacksonville, and they had all the beer taps hanging from the ceiling, which was really cool.
Oh, that is cool. I've never seen anywhere that has that like that. We've got a couple really cool breweries here with like nice patios and everything. I can't wait till we can actually go back and visit them again.
Yeah, I should ask my cousin where she goes, because she loves going to different breweries, and I could give you a list.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forget that we're like basically family.
I know. If anyone missed it earlier, my cousin happens to live in Memphis, and that is where Chris is currently residing.
It's just, that's the way the world works.
I know. Small world. Do you have any water on tap? Have you seen the there's actually a thing called like death water or something. It's just a can of water. But it's like designed really, it's called Liquid Death, and it's just water in a can.
Liquid Death. That is great.
Liquid Death. And it's like, it's actually a really cool can design.
Yeah.
And it's just mountain water.
Hmm.
It's got a skull on it. It's
oh, that's cool. Liquid Death. I gotta look that up.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's I think you'd like it.
I really like this here for Blackwater. Just really, really simple. Like,
that looks so slick.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. So what I want to do is, now that all of them are kind of at least mocked, I just want to get, a quick PNG of them so we can look at them. So this will be
Black water.
Black water. Come back here.
Neil would like to know, will the Thistle Creek be distorted on the can rim? He's talking where the Thistle Creek is a little leaning.
Yeah, it's like above. Yeah, you know, actually, it might be good to do the black water one with kind of we were talking about with, in case, you know, it's the pandemic, like can't really get everything the way you want it to be right now. So maybe we can do it like this instead.
Apparently, Liquid Death slogans are death to plastic and murder your thirst.
Murder your thirst. I think they stole that from us.
We had that first. Yes, we did.
Don't let them steal your ideas. Oh,
yeah,
what?
Exactly. Samantha said, check out the Untapped app, breweries and beers for days.
Okay. Untapped. See how this renders. Oh, it's too low. That's good though. I'm glad that we have more space to work with. So we're getting a little crammed.
I love that light brown on dark brown. It just looks so good.
Yeah, like especially since it's a dark, you know, beer, it would be really cool to have.
If any breweries are watching and you want to make this real, reach out to Chris.
we have customers right now in chat willing to spend money. They might want royalties, but they're here.
You too could have ghost beer.
That center.
All right, we've got about 5 minutes left before we got to say goodbye.
Cool. It's just enough time to get these renderings, and then we can maybe look at the back of one, because that won't be anything but pretty simple. But I really feel good about where we've landed with everything. I think that this is turning out pretty cool.
It really is.
This.
I think if you go with the ghost booze further, we definitely need to get like the creepy hands.
Oh yeah. Well, I wonder if I can get it real quick and throw it in. Just do like a.
So creepy, and I love it.
Let's see. It is very creepy.
Oh my God.
Make this that, or
I love it.
it's so ridiculous. It's so great. Look at that. Oh, it's so funny. Patrick's giving me the thumbs up, so it must be good. Wonder if we can make that hand like more pronounced. Yeah, middle.
Val's going, they might want royalties. LOL. Chat fam will haunt you for their 10%.
Oh, that's so great. All right, we got to get the last one in here before time is up, which it's already done. So that's the beauty of it. Spectre,
yeah.
Come on. Do that, and then change this background to gold. All right, and then we'll come back in here just to kind of see where we landed. So, you know, let's do final product of the day.
2 hours and you knocked out 3 cans. This is insane.
Hey, look, it was great art direction. I got to give credit to chat when credit's due, you know.
Uriel says, are we doing vampire beer now too? I think we should at some point. That would be fun.
Ooh, vampire beer sounds very cool.
Voodoo Val and I did her design off a few months ago, and we were doing sticker designs and we did vampires. And I ended up with the 1991, I think, Dracula, the one with like the big white hair poof, and we called him Bun Bun Killa because he had these little bun buns happening.
Oh my goodness. That is funny. Here we go. This is where we did final product of the day. You know, we've got Spectre, the India Pale Ale, Ghost Booze, a dark porter stout, and Blackwater, Russian
Those
Imperial
look so
chocolate
good.
stout. Yeah. So we've made one that's good for pandemic time, and then two that, you know, will be long term. We also made a full brand. I guess let me pull it down so we can see the final like mockups of that. I'd say it's a very successful day.
I would say so. Bun Bun Killa Ethereum. Val, I came across Bun Bun Killa in my files the other day and I had to just stop and laugh. I love Bun Bun Killa. Clever says, I want a growler of where whiskey. I see what you did there. Val says, just a few minutes left here. This was so amazing.
Yeah, this was a good time. This was really, really good. And then we'll just do the last thing, which is just showing the mark where it's really simple. And where we just know it's a brewery.
Susan says, I learned so much. The waves beside the font, mind blown. Jeremy says, so happy of the result. People are saying thank you to you.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm thankful for you. Look at this. We did this together, chat, and we gotta, you know, you gotta come back tomorrow. We're going, like, the brand for this is gonna be so ridiculous tomorrow, how we can go into some stuff like, so sneak peek tomorrow, like some product line extensions that we're gonna explore. Thistle Creek diapers, Thistle Creek plants, Thistle Creek candle line, a Thistle Creek potato chip. So Thistle Creek jelly, like for PB and jelly, PB and J. Basically anything that you want, like we can explore. Some Thistle Creek socks. So it's gonna be fun.
Get those brains thinking. Come back to us tomorrow. Get ready to do more of this.
Yeah, and we'll also tackle like the back label too.
This is so cool. Thank you, Chris, so much for taking the time today. This is amazing. Yeah. This is really cool to see this go from just a choose your own adventure style to a fully fleshed out little brand. So I think I can speak for everyone when I say that this was an awesome day and it was a pleasure to have you here, and we will be back here tomorrow. Do you have any last things you want to say to chat?
Just thank y'all so much. I do this thing where I take a second of every day and so I can record it. So chat, I want y'all to virtually wave. I'm going to do a little recording on my phone to show that we've been hanging out together for today. Here we go. Cool. All right. Yeah. Thanks so much for having me, and I'm excited for tomorrow.
I agree. I think this will be a lot of fun. Oh, someone says Thistle Creek candles for all your seance needs.
Ooh, see, the ideas are already flowing. It's perfect.
I know. This is going to be great. We're going to have so much fun tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Well, everyone, thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. We look forward to having you back tomorrow. Make sure you stay tuned because we have Kyle Webster's draw along coming up next. So just hang out in the chat and get ready and give him some hype. And we will see you guys tomorrow.
See y'all.
Bye.